Hi there. Welcome back to 8 p.m. Sleep Stories. I'm Joshua, the voice behind tonight's story. And tonight, I'll be here with you as we slowly settle in for the night. And if this is your first time here, I hope tonight's story and the sound of my voice help you relax and gently drift into sleep. And if you enjoy these quiet stories, you're always welcome to subscribe or leave a comment below. It truly helps support the channel and allows me to keep creating more stories for you. Before we begin, just take a moment to settle in, allowing your body to feel supported and at ease. There is nothing you need to do, nowhere else you need to be, just this quiet moment. And now, very gently, our story begins. On a wide and quiet island, far from crowded towns, there is an old farmer. His name is Elias. He is 72 years old, and he has lived here for more than 30 years. There was a time when other families lived nearby, but slowly, over the years, they moved away until the island became quiet again. Now, it is mostly just Elias, the small farmhouse, and the land he cares for. He is not completely alone. At his side, there is an old border collie named Rowan. Rowan is 14 now, his fur once dark, now touched with grey, especially around his muzzle. His steps have slowed over time, much like Elias, but his eyes remain gentle and quietly alert. They have spent nearly every day together since Rowan first arrived. On a cold morning, many years ago, Elias's body is no longer strong. There is a constant ache deep in his lower back and stiffness in his hands. Especially early in the day, a doctor once explained that it was arthritis, nothing unusual for someone his age. It slows him down, but he no longer fights against it. He simply moves more carefully now, more patiently. Each morning begins quietly, not from an alarm, but from habit. Elias wakes slowly as the darkness begins to fade. Rowan is usually awake first, lifting his head, watching silently, waiting nearby. Elias sits up carefully, allowing his body time to adjust before standing. The wooden floor beneath his feet feels cool in the early morning. He opens the door, and the island greets him. The distant sound of water, the gentle movement of cool air, and the quiet feeling of open space. Rowan steps outside first, stretching slowly, before pausing nearby, waiting for Elias to follow. Their mornings are simple. Elias prepares a small breakfast: bread, warm tea, sometimes fruit. Nothing elaborate, nothing rushed. Rowan eats beside him, quietly, without hurry. Afterward, they walk together along the edge of the island, where the grass meets the shore. Elias moves carefully, each step steady and deliberate. Rowan stays close, sometimes stopping to look out across the water. The ocean is rarely loud here. Most days, the water moves gently against the shore, slow and familiar. They do not need conversation. The silence between them already feels complete. By mid-morning, Elias makes his way toward the small fields nearby. The garden is modest, just enough vegetables to sustain him through the seasons. He works slowly, touching the soil, adjusting small things, checking leaves, clearing small weeds. Nothing hurried, nothing heavy. Rowan rests nearby, occasionally lifting his head to follow Elias with his eyes. The hours pass quietly, without interruption, without urgency. As the sun rises higher, Elias begins to feel the familiar ache, returning to his back and shoulders. So by midday, he rests in the shade. Beside the old wooden shed, he sits down slowly, breathing deeply, allowing his muscles to loosen. Rowan settles beside him, eyes half closed, still aware, but peaceful. Nothing asks anything from them here. No loud sounds, no rushing, only the slow passing of another quiet day. In the afternoon, Elias returns briefly to his work, finishing small tasks, repairing a fence, watering the garden, checking the storage shed. He has long understood that most things can wait until tomorrow. Evening arrives gradually. The light softens, the air cools, and long shadows stretch quietly across the land. This is the hour Elias enjoys most, when everything around him seems to slow naturally, without effort. He walks back toward the farmhouse, Rowan beside him, their pace slower now. The narrow path beneath their feet has been shaped by many years of quiet steps. Inside, the farmhouse remains simple: a table, a lantern, a chair near the window, nothing unnecessary. Elias lights the lantern, and a warm glow fills the room, softening the wooden walls. He prepares a small evening meal, something warm and easy. Then he sits quietly while Rowan rests nearby, always close, always calm. After the meal, Elias leans back gently in his chair, allowing the weight of the day to settle. The ache in his body remains, but softer now, less important, simply part of life. Outside, rain begins to fall lightly, soft drops against the roof, steady and unhurried. Rowan lowers his head, his breathing slow and even. Elias watches quietly for a moment before closing his eyes. Not sleeping yet, just resting, allowing the evening to settle around him. There is no need to think ahead. Tomorrow will arrive in its own time, as it always does. And here, on this quiet island, nothing feels unfinished, nothing feels missing. Only a simple life, moving gently from one quiet day to the next, outside. The rain continues, softly against the roof. The distant ocean moves in darkness, slow and familiar. The room grows quieter, warmer, softer still, and Elias remains there, resting peacefully beside Rowan as the night continues all around them until there is only the distant sound of rain, the quiet feeling of rest, and the slow passing of the night. And now, our story gently comes to an end. The night has grown quiet, and the world beyond your window feels a little softer now. If your eyes are becoming heavy, then simply rest here for a while and allow the music to carry you slowly towards sleep. These calm sounds were made to help your mind become still, your breathing slow and gentle, and your thoughts drift quietly into the dark, There is nothing more you need to think about tonight. Nothing more to solve. Nothing more to carry. And if you are still awake, do not worry. Some nights simply take a little longer. You do not need to force sleep to arrive. Just remain comfortable, remain calm, and let the quiet night move gently around you. And perhaps, if you would like another peaceful journey before sleep, there are more quiet stories waiting nearby. Another distant train moving softly through the midnight countryside. Another lighthouse glowing beside the sea. Another hidden path beneath the moonlight. But for now, let the day slowly fade away. Let your thoughts grow softer. Let the world become quiet around you once more. Tomorrow can wait until morning. Now rest, breathe slowly, and sleep.